This is Emma Brooke from emmabrook.net, and I am recording this on my phone, so apologies for the weird angles and everything, but I'm actually at the beach. You can see just behind me, and I'm sat on a little towel in the shade because it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, but you can see there are still people around, and I'm on holiday in Italy, and it's wonderful. And I come back here every year. I lived here for a few months, about 9 months. 4 years ago now, my best friend still lives here, so I come back here with my parents, with my family, and we chill out on the beach for a couple of weeks, and it's amazing and chilled and very peaceful. So the reason that I came down to the beach to record this for you today is because I actually found out something recently through a kind of reading, which you may or may not believe in, but basically I've always loved the ocean, completely obsessed by it, find the colours, the water generally just truly beautiful and awe-inspiring and calming, and all my holidays have been by the ocean apart from a couple of skiing holidays, but they've always been by the ocean because I've always wanted to be by the sea and see that the waves and just the peacefulness. But for some reason I've always been really terrified of the deep water. I remember when I was about 12 we went on holiday to Ireland, and again it was our family holiday, and my mum and I went to the beach, and we found this gorgeous lagoon with amazing turquoise waters, crystal clear and filled with different reeds and seaweed, and it was just stunning in this little rock pool, and it was glorious weather, and we decided to go swimming. And I was okay in the shallow bit, and then when we were actually swimming in the deep bit, I have no problem swimming, I can swim, I'm a strong swimmer, but I got completely freaked out to the point where my mum thought she was going to have to rescue me because I started having like this panic attack in the middle of this lagoon. And I got to the side and I stopped freaking out, and she said, "What are you so afraid of? Like, you could see to the bottom, it was stunning, crystal clear." And I was like, I have no idea, but it really freaked me out. And I've always been very afraid of deep water, so as soon as I kind of lose my feet, or particularly if I can't see the bottom, that really freaks me out. And again, I said it's not because I'm not a strong swimmer, you know, I've surfed in the past as well, and I feel better with a wetsuit and a board, to be honest, but when you're surfing you just kind of focus on the surf, so you don't so much worry about what's going on below you. But that's freaked me out as well, and I've always wondered why, when I have such a longing to be by the sea and be near the ocean, that actually being in deep water freaks me out so much. And this reading that I had recently by Kim Jansen actually turned around and said, in a past life you're a mermaid and you experience some trauma in the deep water, and that's why perhaps deep water freaks you out. And that freaked me out a little bit because I don't know how much I buy into these things normally. I believe in past lives and that sort of thing, but I'm not invested in it, shall we say. But it made sense to me, and she didn't know any of my history. I'd never really told anybody that because I'd never really put two and two together. I just knew, you know, my parents knew I was afraid of deep water, but nobody else did. So that was quite interesting for me, and it made me think, coming here and looking at the ocean today, and I've been for a few swims, and thank goodness it's glorious and shallow and turquoise, and I love it. But it made me think of a metaphor for life, and how sometimes we're really afraid of what we can't see. We're really afraid of the deep water. We're really afraid of looking into our subconscious and getting deep with ourselves and getting real with ourselves. And that to me is really interesting, and it's something that I'm dealing with at the moment. It's something that I'm on a constant journey with, to look deeper, to go deeper, to face up to the shadows in my psyche, to face up to the parts of myself which I don't particularly like, and acknowledge them and accept them and embrace them as part of myself, because it's only when we really embrace and accept every part of ourselves that we can start to see ourselves as a whole person, worthy of our own love and of other people's love, really. When we try and hide parts of ourselves away from other people, and particularly when we deny it to ourselves, those parts just fester and bubble, and we can't ever be truly genuine and truly authentic with ourselves or anybody else, and that's a really uncomfortable feeling. And it may be that we get really used to that feeling so we don't notice it the same, but it's not a comfortable feeling. So yeah, I just thought this is what came up for me today when I was thinking about this whole mermaid thing, and I still don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that. I might try and do some clearing on it or something, some energetic clearing, but I just thought it was a good metaphor for my life and the fact that we all have these dark parts of ourselves, this deep water that we're afraid of, and there's really nothing to fear once we know what's underneath it. And if we just look deep enough and have the courage to look down and swim out and see that we're above the water, we'll be fine. So yeah, take from that what you will, maybe take a message, and I hope to hear from you soon. If you have any questions or thoughts on that, please do leave me a note in the comments below. Alright, I'm going to get back to my holiday. Thanks, bye.